G'day guys, welcome back to another video. We're here back in Australia now, and yeah, got some new glasses. These are my workshop glasses. Decided to get two different pairs because I've been killing my glasses while out here working on cars, getting sort of grinder stuff and that all over them. Anyway, we are back onto the patrol build now. Got a few things that I need to take care of. Well, let's say a few. We've got a lot of things we still need to take care of. The last thing we did was the roof scoop. So some of the things I need to get done this weekend, this will be a 2-day sort of video, is I've got to rip the seats out, make a firewall here against the back part of the cage. I need to cut this bar completely out and redo it down further, then make mounts off of that to hold the radiator, and the radiator will be mounted here. So I'm going to fully mount the radiator. I need to do some gusseting here to help join the panel more so to the 370Z, and lots more cleaning up. Need to clean up this edge along here and add a filler panel between, I don't need it, but I kind of want it just so it's neater, but a filler panel between the dash and the bottom of the windscreen just to fill that little bit of a gap there. It is sealed from this side, so it is sealed behind here, but I want to seal it from inside, just purely cosmetic and sort of to finish it off. I need to organize fitment of a new windscreen in the near future, but firstly, won't happen in this video but needs to happen ASAP, is gusseting. I gusset here, and we also want to gusset this section here to join it all together and give us even more strength from the body to the essentially the car underneath. So got a ton to do and not a lot of time. The other thing we also want to try and get done, probably not in this video, but very soon, is ripping this radiator support off and putting in a Series 4 Nissan Patrol radiator support, because this is the older rad support, which means I'm going to need to make a ton of different bracketry to fit these headlights and this grille properly. To me, it makes a lot more sense just to get that Series 4 rad support and get it in there. Anyway, first things first, I need to rip the seats out so I can get on to making this rear firewall. One of the biggest reasons I need a firewall, other than for the obvious, which is fire, is so much shrapnel came from the back into the front. I just spent probably 30 minutes vacuuming the inside of this car out, and there's still stuff in it. But basically, because I had no rear firewall, everything was coming from the back to the front, and being that it's body swapped, I hadn't sealed up the rear yet. So basically everything from the rear was coming up into the front and causing me some dramas. So yeah, this will help solve that whole issue, because yeah, and it was super loud inside this car. So that's something, the two things that will sort of be taken care of right now, which is obviously all the grass and rubber and everything that was making its way here into the engine bay, into the cockpit. I am still sick. And then of course, noise. It was loud, so loud. Essentially it was like driving an open wheeler, I guess, but the sound was sort of reverberating off the back doors and whatnot. And because this car right now doesn't make a ton of power, what we're experiencing is a lot of tire squeal, which once the car has more power in it, that won't be much of an issue. But when you're only barely spinning the tires on a drift car, that's when they tend to be like kind of squealy, or very squealy. So that's something that, you know, we're going to need to address, I guess, more than anything. But overall, still very happy with how this car's gone so far. With, you know, my skill set, which isn't a hugely great skill set when it comes to working on cars, and attempting a very ambitious project like this one. So now I'm going to go ahead and probably start to try and clean up a bit more of this interior. We've got a lot of this like sound deadening fluff, I guess. I don't know what that was all about. But essentially we're going to clean all this up and then get to work on this rear firewall, which now looking at it without the seats in doesn't look as bad as it did when the seats were in. So yeah, we'll see what we can get knocked out today. Alright guys, this is where I ended up getting to on yesterday's video, which does in fact do the job, but I'm not stoked on it. I'm kind of not happy with how it meets up down the bottom, and I don't know, it's just, I'm starting to think along the lines of I'd rather have it fit in between the triangles, and that way I can make it a bit neater and how I'd like it. Rather than it sitting in front, I want it to sort of sit inside. So now I'm going to use a pen, mark out the triangles, pull this thing back out and start making essentially the triangles. So see how that works out. Those dogs.
What are those?
G'day, mate.
Yeah, g'day, mate.
Things have. Oh no, I just stood on it and bent it a little bit.
That's where we need the bend. It's fine.
Is it?
No, definitely not.
Anyway, things have escalated. We'll call it escalated. I realised that we don't really have a lot of time to get this done, so I've been camera down and just absolutely smashing away on this. And then the boys have started to come over. Hayden was even allowed out. By allowed out, he's come home.
Come home. Here.
Sometimes he's allowed to stay at his missus' house, so that's interesting. Anyway, so I have gone ahead and trimmed up some stuff. I've decided against the whole, after I did 2 iterations of the Firewall and decided I hated them both and didn't like them. So we're now realizing that I'm not putting a fuel cell or anything in here, so I don't actually need a Firewall here. What I do need is a Firewall in the back, which will separate the fuel system. Is it?
Fuck, I'm still a B-stick short.
What do you know about a B-stick?
All of the B-sticks. Know all about them.
Know about all the B-sticks?
Yeah, know about all the short.
So, we've welded in new mounts for the radiator. I'll show you that in a little bit. So we've got the roof out, so that's all over there. The professional stereo installer here, Brad. What are you doing? Do you know?
Just doing stuff, mate.
Doing things, doing stuff and things. So if you don't already know, if I don't remember if I announced it or not, but MTX have come on board with this build. If you don't already know, I run MTX speakers in my 100 as well, and are super pumped on them. And they know how much I like a bit of a stezza going in my drift cars, so we've taken it to the next level on this one with a full. Do you know much of what is there anything to tell?
12-inch woofer.
Is it a 12?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, good size.
Yeah. What she
4-ton
said.
lamp, which will bridge the rear. Replacement speakers for the front door.
Yes.
Yep.
And then will we use the ones from the front in the back or anything? Is it worth keeping these little Johnnies? These little bosses? You won't hear them? That'll be too much sub or?
Too much car.
Too much car?
Yeah.
I think you definitely overestimate the car. It's not actually that loud. Huh?
Not very good at cutting.
I thought that's the one thing you said you're good at.
No, I said this. This didn't matter.
Speaking of snipping, it's been snipped.
Yeah, I have been snipped.
Yeah.
Got a pinhole in me pinhole.
Yeah. So, and then obviously Ross is here. Ross is custom fibre parts, and you know he did the roof.
I did do the
It's
roof.
Ross from the roof.
I did do the roof.
It's Ross.
The roof is my mess.
You've seen Ross do the roof. Now I see Ross do a door. So he's gone ahead and moulded the doors for us. So now the doors weigh approximately. Oh, I don't want to drop it. Grab the other. Grab it. Nothing. Like, it's a joke. Like Boston could probably pick it up.
It's literally paper mache.
But one of the. Oh, we got to go in there.
Something that took 3 of us to move. And now
Oh yeah, legitimately.
You go one-handed.
And he's gone ahead and even gone to great effort to still keep patrol. Out of 10, how hard's
It's got
that
to be a
bit?
patrol. It's just a pain. It is just an absolute pain when it's in a gap like that and you're trying to pick up details like that. It just doesn't come out. And this time it came out. For some reason, it worked.
Yeah,
So we're good.
we're good. We're very good.
Yeah.
This is just
Key in there
ridiculous.
still, bro.
Dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, chuck the key. You know what I need to put there?
File a key in there. Tour.
No, my rear view camera can go in that hole.
That's
That's where my rear view
Also,
camera.
we've got it.
So, yeah, I have a plan for this area where it looks like a spare would go, guys. So leave it to your imagination. That's coming in the near future. Got the mole from the door over here. Pretty crazy.
Very impressive, Ron, because you didn't give me much time. There's no time for this.
Does Luke give anybody time
I had no
ever?
time. He's like, I need it on. I'm like, when you want it? He's like, yesterday. I'm like,
Oh, it's the bloody internet,
How
I
do
tell
I
you.
do that? How
The
do I
internet
do
just
that?
expects things overnight.
The internet gets shit overnight.
generally the
Yeah,
harder
well.
you push, the better it gets. I don't know how it happens.
I don't even push. I
No.
didn't actually push. I said it'd be good to have it before you
I feel
go.
like my ADHD pushed. That's what it was.
That's exactly what it
It was
is.
my ADHD.
Anyway,
While this guy was
this
like
is-
jet lagging, I was in the shed not jet
Well,
lagging.
I'm still crook, so yeah. But this is just such a sick part of the build. So now full fiberglass custom rear door, fiberglass custom roof intake thing. Then we're doing a Princey Fab firewall. Still doesn't fit.
Nah, just about rage quit that you're on camera, so I didn't.
So yeah, we got all hands on deck
We
here.
don't have
It's all
much
happening.
steel left. There's not much left in the car.
No.
There's really
There'll be
not.
even less left when we do what we're planning to do for the rear after Well Time
Yeah.
Attack.
Yeah.
After Well Time.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Well, if you weren't going away,
Dude, I may be flying down. I'm back. I may be flying.
oh, you might come to Well Time Attack. Oh yeah.
I'm just going to fly in, rent a car, fly out.
Yeah, right.
So we'll see how we go.
Do you know there's a comp on this?
Oh, I
there's
know.
Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
for World Time Attack. Then
Yeah.
there's a comp on the Sunday.
Oh, I know.
Well, I guess I've announced it. I'm
There
going
is
to
a
World
comp.
Time Attack, guys. Stuff it. I'm sick of bouncing around it, having to edit out the bits where I say I'm going or not going or
We
whatever.
can just bleep it. We can just bleep it in the ending.
Nah, it's
No?
in. Going to World Time Attack, 30th and 31st of this month, and it's now the 3rd, 4th.
No, 5th. I think it's the
It's
5th.
the 5th. I'd feel much better if it was the 4th.
It is the 4th.
That's better. See, there we go. Another whole
Those things I've
day.
been right about all day.
Yeah.
No, the event starts on the 29th.
Shut up.
We drive down.
bro.
That's good. I'm definitely.
Flan, have
back.
you
I'm
finished
definitely-
welding the things you need to weld?
Yes.
Is there enough weld on there?
We drive out on the
Not on
There
those
could
ones.
be.
Yes, I can put
There
another
could be
weld
more on there.
Put it the 29th.
Is it a Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday event, but there's also a comp on the Sunday.
Oh, my work's not going to like me taking.
'Cause
more
it's
time
not-
off.
It's not, the event is Friday, Saturday, but we're just doing demos with the patrol. But then Sunday, Merriman hit me up and said you should definitely come in the comp on the Sunday. And mate, we're practically a race car.
Comp spec now. We're good.
Comp spec.
We're good.
So, yeah, we're getting there. We may be entering this in a comp on the Sunday after World Time Attack. And yeah, if we get that in,
Oh, we're
there's-
getting it in.
there's a lot
You don't
to
have an
do.
option. We're putting it on the bottle.
Yeah, there's a lot to do with not a lot of days. And clearly, stereo is one of the important things. Not really, just we had a professional around.
got weight reduction on the door, so you can put the stereo.
Yeah, we got a big fiberglass door to get rid of weight, puts big subwoofer in with 12-inch subs.
Ballast, so you can put the weight where you want the weight.
Yeah, no, that's what I was doing.
Good point.
Exactly, that's race car thing.
Geez, that's some serious gauge wire. That's bigger than the wire we're fixing the Corvette with.
That's what we need.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna continue to go and do things. It's one of those days where you work on a car flat out, you know, and you forget to eat. I had one of those days, and it's now what, 3 in the arvo, 4 in the arvo, and I just had
I haven't eaten yet.
I just had breakfast or lunch or whatever you want to call it. I just had some food for the first time in the day. Clearly, I'm not stressing on food, but yeah. Cool. Keep you up to date.
So you want to go and get cardboard.
I really.
You want to send it.
My OCD is really overpowering
Yeah, no,
me.
I love his OCD. It's actually a really good thing.
Hey, it works out well.
No, it does. It's great.
It works out well.
And because he's self-proclaimed designer of the word CAD
No.
as far as cardboard aided
that-
design.
Oh, he's taken the claim of that
He
word.
claimed
yeah.
it.
That
Yeah,
president-
you
that
did claim it
president-
He
before.
said the influencers stole it from him.
They did. I stole it from Bruce, but that's another story.
Yeah, so.
So
know,
you stole it, then someone else stole it from
stole it
you.
from Nemo.
100%.
Even who's the he has a Corvette? Taylor Ray. He says CAD as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cardboard aided. He
Spreading
stole
around
it
the
all
world.
off you, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He watches my stuff.
Yeah.
I'm voting. Just cut it. What's the worst that could happen?
They want to go to Bunno's.
Bunno's.
Is Bunno's?
I've never heard it shortened to Bunno's.
Let's go to Bunno's.
So
I've
these
already
three,
had 3 snags. I'm good to go.
these three are dealing with this. You're still playing with
I'm
wiring.
definitely the point.
You know the best part about it? Every time I come near the car, he fucking legs it. He already knows.
Are you a bit worried?
Sees me with a black can and a grinder. And thinks it's a good idea to jump out of the way. Before that, it was the chisel and the hammer.
We all hopped out of the way for that.
And a wood chisel.
Well, no, I changed it to a metal chisel. But yeah, I nearly decapitated a few people with that.
Decapitated.
Anyway, they're going to Bunnings. I'm going to have a drink.
There was definitely an underbundle.
Go to Bunnings, eh?
In other news,
You know,
resting place and sub on air.
welcome to Bunno's.
That looks sick, and it's going to work really well.
In my head, I'm like, oh, yeah, take my 100. Huh?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Eh.
I'll be back.
So factory amp. Yeah. Still hooked up. Aftermarket amp. Sub. You're going to put the speakers in today as well?
Yeah.
Sick. So beats tonight.
Should do.
Nice.
Alright, things have steadily progressed, as have the black CCs have gone down. For me anyway. We did some CAD designs. We've got our firewall sort of done now. So this is sort of not finalized, but essentially what it's going to be. Still going to trim this down. I'm going to add flashing to that edge. I'm going to paint it all and everything, so it's going to look all schmick. But that is going to be the firewall. When we go fuel cell, the fuel cell will be under this rear section here. So all I have left to do now is to fill in this section here and a little bit down in there, and we will be away from the elements from the outside. Yeah, and now we're about to start cutting into the rear doors, because obviously a radiator is going to be here. We need somewhere for the heat to escape, and we're essentially going to be cutting out the back windows.
I've got a mask.
So we're going to be cutting out the back, what would be the back window would run to the edge normally.
You worry about him.
So we're going to run this black all around the edges to sort of look like a window, and then this will be open, and basically looking in the back of the car you'll see the radiator.
Yes, the radiator.
Yeah. Are you nervous about us cutting this amazing piece you've just built?
One bit, because we have a mould somewhere here.
We don't need to be making more though, this is sick.
Well, you don't want anyone else to have that. It's a one-off piece.
I don't know, it's
So-
pretty sick. Like, I feel like this could definitely be on other like off-road race cars and
It's
stuff.
definitely something they're going to look for the GQs, but the GUs are not that common.
For race cars,
With
yeah.
race cars, GQs are everywhere for race
Yeah,
cars.
yeah, yeah.
GUs,
I
they're
feel
just
that.
not- they're just not around that
Not,
much.
yeah, not as, well, they're more expensive. So.
Well, they all ute them, and there's no ute back door. So
Trust me, since going through a lot of this stuff, cutting it into a ute crossed my mind many times today, especially.
just to get
I was like,
rid of
all of this is so much easier if I just turned it into a ute. But then I realised the whole firewall that I was going for here was completely unnecessary. There's nothing in here that needs to be firewalled. It's literally the only thing that potentially firewalled is behind here. So that's all that needed to be firewalled. This is going to have perspex along here. We're opening up the back. All the air that'll come in through the roof scoop will come out through this hole. There's nothing dangerous that can come from here forwards, and there's nothing from here that can go back because we've got a firewall in there as well. So we are kicking goals. Now, we couldn't get the stereo finished because what do we want? Something was faulty. Nothing to do with MTX. It was something that we bought from Autobahn, that Brad bought from Autobahn.
Yeah, so we got it's like a high frequency converter, so it can pick up your speaker signal and then convert it to work with the amplifier that MTX supplied. Now that little converter box basically shit the bed straight out of the box,
the battery.
which sucks. So Brad will get a new one. Next couple of days, when he finishes work early, he'll just come around, put it in. Everything else is already done.
So pretty excited to hear this new stereo bump because it's just cool. Honestly, I had a stereo back in the day in a 180SX I had, and it was 215s in a 180. And if you know 180s, like that's a lot in a 180, and the whole roof. Yeah, the grey 180.
The one that we met at Top Gear Festival 2013.
Yes, yes.
Holy shit!
That used to bump though, right?
Yeah, that was
was
hectic.
yeah.
Like back in those days, that was cool in itself. But then seeing what the type of driving you were doing back then at City Motorsport Park, or then it was known as Eastern Creek, like that was a cool event.
Yeah, T28 days.
Oh,
I had a GDIR turbo on that thing, I think. But yeah, so we're about to do some cutting.
Industrial blowing.
Oh, send it. Oh, so you're doing the blowies.
Industrial blowies.
Oh, let me get my drink.
Oh, do you want to get the... We've got a blower.
Oh, I like the idea that you got a fan.
This is the Kmart blower. We're good.
So this is how we...
I know that's what I do it.
How's the level of stoke?
This is... We've been on this all day, to be fair. But this is like... This is what I'm talking about. This is freaking cool. So, this is the kind of where we're leaning towards the whole time. But we've got the back windows now cut out. It meets up pretty much flawlessly with our rear firewall. The cool thing about this is now we've got the roof thing, we've just got it sitting on, meeting up with our radiator. The air will come through the radiator, basically hit this and run straight out the back window. Keeping in mind, you would normally have side windows on. So the air is basically going to go in that roof hole, straight out the back, like no dramas at all with airflow. And you've obviously got to imagine this all painted one colour. It makes it look very complete all of a sudden. Like in the last 10 minutes, it's gone from shambles to looking a lot more complete, which is very cool. So yeah, obviously still a ton of work to go, but now, I don't know, looking from the side here, it just looks so purposeful and so clean and neat. And oh, the harness bar was up here. I don't know if I actually talked about that on my video.
I don't think so.
But the harness bar's moved now. So the harness bar went from too high down to the correct height that we need it to be able to run our harnesses properly.
Was that
So-
done before? On today's episode of What Dumb Shit Will Luke Do?
Not dumb shit, we're continuing on, third day of this particular vlog, but only because I don't want to cheat you guys out and not like get you good content. So right now I've basically mounted some of this back tray stuff. Imagine it one color, obviously, but I've actually mounted some of this now and I'm getting ready to mount the back door. Originally I was going to do like quick release on the rear door, but I'm not going to be taking the door on and off. It's kind of dumb. So I'm going to do it the same as the roof. Just a handful of riv nuts essentially around, so it will be still somewhat easy to take off, but not like, it doesn't need to quick release for any reason whatsoever. So
Would a quick release be better if something was to happen?
there's
Like-
nothing
like
quickly we need to get to.
No, but like maybe like if there's contact between you and another car, you know how quick release bumpers tend to fare better.
No, I don't really want it
I'd say-
flying off. It's kind of the opposite. No, quick release bumpers, that's a myth in drifting that needs to go away. The whole bumpers that fall off easily get run over and obliterated. Connect your bumpers properly so they never come off, and that way if you do hit something, they just crack and you just fix the cracks and you go again. The whole one zip tie on each side and bumper pops off every 2 seconds the moment you go off track, you usually run it over. So it's a bad way to be. Old school.
My bumpers were always zip tied, and I never had an issue, and they never ended up all over the track. And whatever he said, it was a complete opposite.
The car was also never low, so.
Yes, there was.
Which one?
All of them.
What happened to your front lip when we were driving to Coffs Harbour? Point it back at yourself. Point it back at
It
yourself.
was a long time
How many
ago.
times did that get broken off and you ran it over? Multiple times. We put it together multiple times. If that had been bolted on, it never would have come off. Would it? Point at yourself.
That
No.
was a
No.
that was a broken front bumper lip add-on attachment
It
anyway.
wasn't
It wasn't
broken.
complete. It was missing the centerpiece. It was never a complete thing.
Regardless, if it was bolted
Maybe
on,
if all
it
of
never
it
would have
was
dropped
sitting
off
there.
easily.
Well,
So, anyway.
why didn't you bolt on those front lip attachments? Remember those carbon bits? Should have bolted them on properly on the S15.
They were bolted. That was really annoying that happened. That was not zip tied on, that was bolted.
Maybe if it was zip tied, wouldn't have come off.
Oh, don't know. But yeah, so I'm going ahead now and basically welding on some tabs. 4 tabs now to get it started. And then the bottom I'm going to have to be more intricate than just tabs. But it should work out okay. As long as it's strong enough, I'm going to try and get a decent weld on it. See how we go. I'm going to mess with my settings and then get some welding done. Just stop it for a sec. That ain't going nowhere. Have a look at this weld. That's a pretty nice weld. Dime bags. So this will come out, riv nut will go on here. That's actually stronger than I expected it to be. That's good. Riv nuts will go on this and the door will attach to that. I'll do the other 4 now and I'll get back to you, Barry.
Cut. Look at this old man. Hey? And this old girl. Wait, where's your puppies? Little dogs fan. Hey, dogs fan. Hey. Where's your good puppies? Where's your good puppies?
Oh,
And we're back.
in the time you took to change batteries, I have 4 tabs.
I didn't just change batteries, I filmed the dogs a little bit too.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're weird. Anyway,
People might want to see dogs. I do.
yeah. So, now I need to basically,
Does it support human weight?
it's definitely strong. So essentially I'll put riv nuts in them all, mark on the back of here, drill some holes, hopefully riv nut this all on, and then I've got to kind of get fancy down the bottom because I can't do one here because it lines up with the shitty spot, so I need to make some tabs that come out from here to where the door will be for my 5th and 6th tabs. But get these top ones in first and see where we're at. Hopefully we'll have a good result.
It's funny that it says patrol as well.
Oh dude, you did such a good job.
It would have been cool if that said ZU though. Ross, for next time, when we need a replacement panel, ZU please.
Alright, so
The gaps are about the same at the
yeah,
top.
that's what I'm concerned about.
Yeah. That
Get
this
probably-
side might be slightly more.
Film?
Pardon?
Filming or?
Yeah.
What time you did some bloody work. 2 more holes.
What do you mean about
drilled.
how I did some bloody work? I'm inside doing work.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, I'll do this.
Well, you're not doing any orders
Hey.
because nobody's buying any merch. Buy merch.
We have 2 orders.
We have merch here. Grab some, guys. It really, really helps us more than you ever know right now. Trying to get stuff done. So.
I don't want to break it.
Oh my god, wait. Nothing? You know me better. Keep going.
It's
Keep
true.
going. Keep going. Alright, go back then. Keep going. You need to drill it more. See how it's like half a drill.
I didn't
Go
break
again.
it.
Go again. Come on.
That's a good sign.
Yep, that's it. Perfect.
Got that.
Do the same down there. That's it. Perfect. What do you reckon? You reckon you did a good job?
No. I reckon I did better than you though.
Oh, right. All right, rear door now fitted. I'm really happy with it, riv nut in all the way around. It's actually nice and sturdy. It ain't going anywhere, nowhere that I'm concerned about. So that is on. Very happy with that. Obviously, imagine that all one color. No perspex windows will go in here, but we are going to black around the edges. So it'll look window-ish, especially once the side windows are in. So we need to go ahead and work on getting perspex windows to here. And I'm heading off, which you guys will see in the next video, to my buddy's house. And we're going to basically look into how we're doing covers for all of this, gussets for here, gussets for the cage at the front, filling this gap in here, and a couple of various other little fabrication slash custom bits we need done. And I kind of need to get it done this week because I want to get it off either before the weekend or just after this weekend to get the paint done, and then it'll leave us like a week and a half to sort of get this thing back together. Hopefully the new parts will come in from overseas, the new wheels, which I can't wait to unveil. I'm pretty much going to unveil it all at World Time Attack, so you guys won't see the wheels or the seats or the finished exterior. So I'll show you guys it painted when we get to that point, but as far as the livery and all that sort of stuff, you have to be at World Time Attack. We're going to unveil it there, so pretty bloody excited for that. Anyway, I'm going to go and edit this video and get ready to head to Critty's to go and get all the rest of the stuff. Thanks for watching this one, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.